everyone, Tracy here. Today I'm going to share with you my messy room. I wasn't going to do a messy room tour because I probably have more of those than I actually have of an organized room tour, but I just thought I would share with you because I like to look at everybody else's rooms, so I thought it would be nice to look at it messy and then look at it clean. And I already started on my desk because, as you can see, this looks pretty good. I already started on my desk because I wasn't going to do a video, so I've done a few little areas. But I'm thinking the reason that it became such a mess, and not only messy but like disorganized, is because I like to do crafts in other places. If my husband and I are watching like marathon TV, like marathon watching shows, then I'll bring stuff upstairs and do it. Or my friends come over and I go on the big pool craft table, and even when they're not here, I notice that I take over that area. So that means taking things out of my room here and not always bringing them back. So I thought I'd start with my desk, and the reason being, I will share with you, I don't have a picture of it really messy, I don't think, but I'll share a picture of it with you, how it looked like before. And this is how it looks as of now. And I think the reason I wasn't really working in here so much is because there wasn't enough room. I had big towers on either side, and then one stand thing I had came up right up to the mat there. It came up right to the mat. And this isn't, I haven't worked in it yet. I haven't worked on the table since I've organized it. So I'm not sure, I might have to revamp it. But I wanted my markers out right here, my Copics and my colored pencils and my Spectrum Noir, and I'm going to put up probably my watercolor markers as well, because I haven't colored in a really long time, or it seems like to me. Well, Christmas I guess I did color, but it wasn't like major coloring. So I want to color more, so I figured I'm going to take these out instead of keeping them stored. I'm going to take them out, leave them on my desk so they're right in front of me. And plus, look at how beautiful all these colors are. It just makes me happy to see all these pretty colors. So my desk is pretty big. It's 30 inches deep by 5 feet across. Actually, it's longer than I am tall. So it's pretty big, but this is my only working desk in my room. So I wanted to make the most out of this space. And what I did, I have a video on how I did it. It's just 3 bookcases and a big piece of this melamine board I got from Home Depot. So this one is more or less organized, and I haven't worked on it yet, so I'll probably be tweaking it as I work on it. I didn't want the twirly gig on there because it hits the wall, but I moved it back from the wall, so we'll see how that works. So that looks pretty good. I organized that, and then I'll bring you down here. This is one side of my desk, which are bookcases. So those are kits down there. These are either kits or working kits in the plastic containers, and then that's my daughter's wedding album that I've been working on. She's been married for over 2 years. That's her wedding album. And then that container there, that's just memorabilia and that I have to go through. So I stuck it there because it was all over my desk. Also down here, I have some of my planners. Not all of them, but some of my planners and some of my art journals. So that part is organized. And I'll just move the chair back because that was that noise. So we'll go over here to my door. Right now, I have these containers on my chair, and these were kits that I bought that I haven't bagged yet. Well, they're not really kits. They're just pieces here and there that I put into kits that I've bought. And then that one here, that's jam-packed of when my girlfriend and I went away to Crafts Direct. I was going to do a haul video, but it's just too much. It's huge. So I'm not going to do a haul video on that. And then here, I've always had the punches there. That's good. That'll stay. I'll just like organize that. Here's my punches here as well. That will stay. I'll just organize that. I'll find better storage for my tripods. And this here, well, I'll move this over here for now. See, this is what I have to do. I have to move things around. I don't like that. But that's just a CD holder or a DVD holder, and I put my Stampin' Up! Stamps in there. So these stacks here, these used to go on my desk, and standing all 4 up is like 3.5 feet. Now this is where I hold all my washi tape. So each drawer is a different color of washi tape. And then below these, after seasonal, these are seasonal, these are whites, blues, yellows, blah, blah, blah. And then these down here, I haven't fully organized them. I used to keep my paper in here, and that was many, many years ago. Like here I have more or less chipboard in here. And these ones have jewels and paper clips. So I really have to go through all of these yet. This little bag here are things as I'm cleaning up, or I'm not, they don't belong in this room, or I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them or if I'm going to gift them away. I put that in this bag, and then I'll go through that. Have to clean up obviously over there because these are backdrops that I haven't mounted. I want to mount them on a foam cord. I haven't done it yet. And then this has always been like, this in here has always been a mess. That's heritage albums up there, photos and heritage stuff over there, and then just some frames, and I don't even know everything in here. There's lots of woodworking too, because I do woodworking, so there's some stuff I made that I haven't actually painted or done anything with, but I'm thinking I could probably put those in my work shed, which is outside, and that'll probably give me some more room as well. Look, I can't even close it all the way. That's pretty bad. And then I save boxes and containers. My daughter's like, Mom, why do you have the hair straightener box up there? Well, it has a magnetic closure. It's a really cool box if I cover it. The word being if I cover it. And then here, just that little coconut guy, that was from my daughter's boyfriend, brought me that back from Bahamas when he went. And then I have some stamped images up there. And look, more storage containers up there. Those are cookie tins that my daughter loves, these cookies at Christmas. And she's like, Mom, do you want the tins? And I'm like, oh, of course. They're empty up there. Then what I did do, I organized this area already. This is my stamping area. This really hasn't changed. You know, probably stay the same. I might go through all of my stamps yet because sometimes they get disorganized. I had them like seasonal, birthday, flowers. I had those all organized, but I don't know how organized they are anymore. Then I labeled all my stamp pads so they're easier to take out, easier to know what I have. And then I put my little ones in here and labeled them so I know which ones are in there. So these are all organized as much as they're going to be organized, except for here. I have to organize my tag tray. That is a complete mess. So then we come over to this side of the room. Well, actually, I never showed you down here. Those are purchases that I've made when I went to the States. So some of them was in the summer. The Craft Direct was like in the summer. And then these ones were when my husband and I went away. Was it after Christmas? No. Yes, in the new year when he retired, we went away. And those are my purchases. I still haven't put them away because I'm a pig, I guess. I don't know, I'm lazy too. And if you're wondering about the foam blocks on the floor, I stand on those because this flooring is directly on concrete. So it's hard on your feet. So that says Tracy L. And so that's what I stand on. I know those were my kids' blocks and the cats attacked them and everything else. So underneath my desk is the other bookcase that's behind there. And I will go through this, but these are things I don't use as often. So I have my Xyrons. I haven't been making mini albums anymore, and I used to use those a lot when I used the mini albums. So I have the big one at the very back, and then I have the medium one, and then I have a couple X's. And there is my Find It All. And then just chipboard albums at the bottom. That's garbage. Chipboard albums. And I save cardboard. I save cardboard like crazy. It's like, oh, that's a good piece of cardboard. I'll save that. Talk about hoarder issues. And then this container I've showed before. I like it because it is on wheels. And when I'm needing more room, I just pull it out and turn it. And then I have another little work area. But right now, on top, it has my stamping press, I think it's called. I don't know, what does Tim Holtz call this? Whatever, stamping press, works good enough. It's a Tim Holtz one, I love that. And then here, I have to go through all these, because these have been stored in here for years. And I don't even use them. And then here is more cardboard pieces, and this one here has chipboard and acetate pieces. See, look, another piece of cardboard under there. Yeah, I should just, I always can get more cardboard. I don't know why I have to hoard it, just because I think it's a good piece. Now comes the worst of the room, and it's like my little hidden junk corner over here. So this used to be my color cart, and it has all my art journal supplies that are colored. So I have my gelatos in there, and I used to have I just moved these yesterday, my colored pencils. I just moved those on my desk. And then my Stampin' Up, and I have all my art journal stuff there, but I can't really get to it because this one's here. So I'm almost thinking maybe I should take the carts out of here. I'm not sure. This just ends up getting stuff piled on top of it. So that's what that is. And then on this side are my stamps, and because I never labeled them, I don't know what's in them, so I have to take half of the containers out. As you can see, that one has not been put back. And then I have some kits over there as well, as I do on the other side of the bookcase. And then these, these are all kits completed, or layouts. These are all 3 of these are layouts completed, that some have photos that need to be, and they need to be put in their albums. But I would say probably 95% of them don't have photos on them. So yeah, I need to get my butt moving and do that. Then underneath I have my journals and a couple smash books under there. And this container's on the floor because I was probably organizing at one time and ended up putting stuff in there. And then we have my colored paper. And then we have stuff piled on top of those layouts. And then we have some more colored paper or colored cardstock. And then these will probably stay the same. I just have to go through them. And these are my 6x6s in there. And those are my 12x12s in there. And I seem to work from kits now, not so much paper packs. But it's like I bought the papers. I really hopefully plan on using them. I'm not going to get rid of them. I will use them or let my kids use them. Well, my kids are adults now, but somebody in the family will use them. I can't see parting with them. I might go through some of them, and if I see one that I absolutely won't use, actually I took 2 pads out that I bought that I'm like, I'm absolutely not going to use these. So I put those ones in my scrap bin so my friends can take them if they want. And then here up there are my displays. Up there. And then we open up this cupboard. Ooh. Some of it's still organized. See, I did the Wookie Mouse challenge, I don't know how many years ago, and it worked. I was doing really good. I did the Wookie Mouse, and then some other lady a few years ago, or a couple years ago, has it been that long? Ooh, maybe it has been that long. A year ago? I don't think it was a year ago. I think it was a couple of years ago. Anyway, she started an organized challenge, and it was kind of based off the Wookie Mouse, I think. And I started doing that, and I was doing good. And then I hit embellishments, and that's when I quit. So we have my flowers there, and I like them. They're stored by color in these skinny, skinny little iris. I think they're from iris containers, but they're the skinny ones. And I like these ones. That works good. I can see the flowers. I can see what color I want. Take it out. Those are my girl stamps up there. These, I did a video on this and then I lost all my footage. But these are I made this setup for my wooden stamps. And these are just pizza boxes. I bought them at the pizza store. They gave them, this, I think they were like 10 cents each for brand new pizza boxes. So I'm like, sure. So I cut them up and they house all my stamps. And then I have them in, then on labels, with the label maker, I wrote down which the stamps were, and this top one just has sets in there, and then I have those ones back there, and have packages that I think they're empty. I don't know. I probably saved them because I was supposed to send a thank you card, and guess what? I suck at sending thank you cards, so I'm sorry. Anybody sent me anything and I didn't send you a thank you card? I'm so sorry. I'm going to try and be better this year. Then the next layer, or next shelf, these are the Prima Girls by Julie Nutting. Love those girls. I haven't colored any of those for so long. And these are die cuts, which I could probably get rid of. I've probably never taken anything out of here for 5 years. Pens and scissors. Well, I put other stuff in there, as you can see. And then gets stuck on this thing here. And this one, I just have my Copic papers and different Copic things in here. Usually I just have the paper, but I remember I stashed these in here. I colored these and I stashed them in there, but mostly I just have my Copic paper in there. And then those are really what they say. They're brads and sparkle and embellishments, but who knows what kind of embellishments are in there. And then here I wanted to separate different projects. That's what those two containers are. And then the bottom one is my Christmas paper and embellishments, and my Halloween paper and embellishments, and another collection I see, I Am collection, my story collection is in there. So we have to get rid of those. Well, I want to keep the papers there, the Halloween and Christmas, but the other paper packs need to come out of there. So I can have so much room in here, hopefully, once I organize. And then up top, more mess. This wooden plaque there, that says Believe, and I was supposed to repaint that so it'll be more Christmassy, but I think my cat was up there and knocked it down and broke it. And I'm like, oh, I can fix it. Well, you know what? It's been probably 3 years and it hasn't been fixed yet. So, like, just move on. Move on, Tracy, move on. And then we will go to the top one and I'll show you what I can see, because, see, I'm reaching. I have to reach because I'm too short. And I had this organized at one time, but I'm going to have to redo it. So up at the very top is embellishments, and then containers for those, letter boards. That's what, I think they're called letter boards. They're not the ones that light up. So I'm not sure if that's the name. I'm kind of drawing a blank. Then some artwork my kids did. We have some more embellishments, and they're labeled, those ones. And then down here's more embellishments, and these ones are in the clear containers. Those ones are kind of organized, but I should label those ones. So that's the first top one. And then underneath my stamping area, I have different stamps in here. And then this is like backing paper, and I use this. This is backing paper from my Xyron, and I use that for inking, or if I want to make a mess, I just put one of those down. And a stamp press. And stamps that should have been put away and haven't. This bottom one is more or less empty. It just has extra of these zippered type containers for my stamps. And then this one, this is where I used to keep my Copics at the bottom, and my Spectrum Noir. In the winter, in the summer, my Spectrum Noir stay up at camp, so I don't have to cart my markers back and forth. These two shelves here, they're just full of Project Life cards. I don't do Project Life. I never have really done Project Life, but I use those on other things. So that's what's in there. And I think that is it for my tiny room. And this will probably stay the same. I might rearrange it, but I really like this container for my punches. I used to have other stuff on there and it didn't work so well. Well, I guess at the time it worked, but then I moved on and I put my punches in there, and I like that a lot better. I'll show you my cutting station. Okay, I'm going to share with you my cutting station, and my cutting station is in my laundry room. Since I do the laundry, or the majority of the laundry, I figured I'm going to take over this room too. Now, this is a little bit of a weird setup, because if you look out the laundry room door, that's the rec room. From the rec room into the laundry room, and then you come from in the laundry room, over here is my scrapbooking room. Okay, here is just a quick overview of my laundry room. I painted and I did all the trim work, I think, a couple years ago. So here is my cutting station. I'll go into a little bit more detail on that. There's the dryer, there's the washer, there's laundry sink full of dead plants that I have to wait till the snow melts before I can toss them outside. And then here's my treadmill. And if you turn around, I just added some little bit of decor on the wall in front of the treadmill. And the ceilings aren't completed yet. We don't have a ceiling yet. It's a nice area. The floor is done and everything, so it's an okay area. So here's my cutting station, and I have it here because there's my craft room, so it's right outside my craft room. So my cutting station consists of my Cricut, the Brother Scan and Cut. That is actually a friend's Brother Scan and Cut. She gifted it to me, but I'm not sure if she gifted it to me or she just, I'm holding on to it for her because she said I have more room than her. And then my Cuttlebug and the Vagabond. And this here, the station, is 2 of those IKEA drawers. And I bought 2 of those. And then the middle center here, that is a rolling cart I got from, I think it might be Marshall's or TJ Maxx, one of those places. I got it from Mall of America many years ago. So we have the 2 IKEA desks, and I had to lift them up a bit because I wanted that to fit in the center. Since it's not a desk, a working desk, which this would be awesome as a working desk, but because it isn't, I wanted that pushed in there. And because of that, I had to make risers for the IKEA drawers. So if you see here, there's a gap here. There's a spacer. I had to build a riser for that. So, and then this here, I want to fix this where I want to lift it a little bit higher. So I just have to drill some more holes and lift this piece higher so the Cricut can actually fit in there. So this here, this is always housed my supplies for my Cuttlebug or my Vagabond. So we have all the dies, all the thick dies in there. Then we have the embossing plates, and we have thin metal dies in here. I just have to organize those a little bit more. And then in here, let me just share with you quickly, I have different cutters. So I have a couple circle cutters in here and a couple punches, the punch boards, that's what they're called. Then this one, I just have scrap paper. Well, it's 8.5 by 11, and it's ugly paper, so I use that to pre-cut. Because, you know, for me anyway, I never get the cut exactly how I want it. And then we have the Cricut cartridges. This one, these are just stencils for, I think it was called a UFO. It's a Fiskars thing. So I kept those. And then here, this is just packaging and instruction manuals for the Cricut and the Scan and Cut. And then in the middle, we have those. So in here, we have the plates for the Cuttlebug and the Vagabond. This here too, also. And then this one is actually kind of empty. I just have a heat tool, or a heat knife. I have a cutting knife, heat knife. And then this, somebody gifted me, thought my daughter might want it. She doesn't, so I'll be probably donating that. And then that is a mat. And this is a mat that the first time I ever used it, I sliced through it. So I just added some tape, thin tape on it. But I also have over here, which I'm going to move these, but I have my mats here. The cutting mats are there. So anyway, how I put this table together. So I had the IKEA drawers and then this middle one, and I wanted the middle one to fit, so I raised up those. And then the top we just got from, I think, Home Depot, a piece of melamine. And the thing was, it wasn't finished. The edge wasn't finished, this very edge. And I don't have one of those irons, and I've never done the edging before, and I thought, I really don't want to do it. So what I did was first, I painted it all white, and then I added duct tape to the very edge, all the way around, all the way, the seam is at the back, but it's all the way around. I put the white duct tape, and I painted the edging first because I figured this was raw wood, it was raw chipboard, and I figured that adding the paint to it, the duct tape would stick better to it. And honestly, you can't even tell, can you? This looks pretty awesome. So that's how I finished it off. So here is the cutting station, and I might show you where my friends and I craft. Okay, so here is the pool table area that my friends and I craft at all the time. So this is where I stand. As you can see, the mat is there. And because I stand when I scrapbook, my friends all sit and I stand. So this is their garbage from last time. But anyway, here's some more layouts that are complete that I haven't put away. I was doing some stamping, never colored, a kit that I want to do for Valentine's Day. So actually this doesn't look too bad, honestly. And as you can see, my daughter was working out. We have a weight there. But this is my mess, because if you look behind me where I stand, this is my bag that I have. And I have all my supplies in there that I need out here. Well, now that I shared with you my messy room and my messy outer room and my messy rec room. I'll get my butt going and I will totally clean up my room and hopefully this year show you a clean room tour of my room. So thank you everybody for watching, and I'd love to hear your comments, and if you have any ideas on what would work or what you think might work better for me, or one of your favorite tips to keeping your room clean. I know #1 tip is to clean up as you go along, but I mean like an organizing tip. I would love to hear it. So put it in the comments below, and then everybody can get your tips as well. So thank you again, everybody, for watching. I appreciate your thumbs up. I appreciate your comments. I love reading your comments. And if you watch and comment on my video, I'll watch and comment on yours. Might not be the same day, but I just love hearing what you have to say. So thanks again, everybody, for joining, and I hope you all have a very creative day today. Bye now.